everyone. Welcome to Technogate. We are back again. We are with Tycho Vance today, being played by Moto Rory. Moto, how you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. Just got done with work. Just got home.
And we have the lovely Phaedra being played by Jessis Meow. How you doing?
Doing great. I'm on my third energy drink.
Oh, there you go. Did you get up early today?
I haven't slept yet.
Oh
I
my.
don't think I'm sleeping today.
Whew. Girl, that's crazy. And we have the awesome Robert Kell being played by Bruce City. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Awesome. And of course we have Malachi, the new Technogate man, who has come in with the fighting skills of a master. How you doing, Malachi, being played by Hockerman?
I am doing well. Ready to kick some butt.
Yeah. Yeah, so your guys' game today kind of starts off, we've going into another episodic episode here, so for anybody that's watching, you do not need to have seen any of the past episodes necessarily to follow along with the main plot of this. However, just kind of catch you guys up, there is some minor things that are kind of catching up with the characters currently, which would be they recently did, and let me get this right here, you allegedly attempted murder on somebody in order to get their blood, and it happened to be a CEO of a shell corporation for Pentex. So a special investigator for the syndicate is actually coming, who is possibly a agent of Pentex, is doing a investigation into this whole matter, and they had made a deal with a dragon in Pangea, basically to get a portable node in order to kill this man. All having to do with how this guy is tied into an invasion that is happening to Pangea. However, today the group here is going to be going on an adventure to Cop, which is
Copernicus Station?
It is a Dyson sphere around the Alpha Centauri. Sorry, I'm pulling something up here that I forgot to pull up here. But basically this is, okay, the Copernicus Research Center.
Copernicus.
Did I say that right at all?
Copernicus.
Copernicus! Yay! Words! English! Nah. Josh World. Okay, so the Copernicus.
Copernicus.
Oh, they say it there. It's
They're correcting you every time that you get like Copernicus. They're like, no, the Copernicus. What the hell's wrong with you? So this is a
it's
massive translucent sphere, Dyson sphere, that is around one of the stars in Alpha Centauri that was created in 1970 by the Void Engineers. So, this is actually a place that some of you may have already been to. It is likely a lot of members of the Void Engineers end up here for training. So if you want to make a note real quick on whether you believe that you've been here or not, if you know absolutely nothing about it, probably best to say, I don't know, or just pull up the wiki real quick on Copernicus Research Station. But basically, this is a place that is highly, praised as being, this marvel of construct that the Void Engineers created. Nobody knows really even how it's possible that they created this thing. And you guys are going there to go to an abandoned sector that has been abandoned since about 1975 or so. There's lots of portions. They can't seem to control or, keep every aspect of this station operational, because it is an entire, basically it's 1 AU from the sun. You have a Earth-like, atmosphere, or you have Earth-like land structure basically around the entire sun. That is all, and then the space between the sun and the Earth, or the outer shell, is all breathable atmosphere with research stations and planets and other stuff that's all set up here. So not every aspect of this place can be, although almost every aspect of this place is livable, not every aspect of this place can be lived in with the amount of personnel that they have at this place. So they shut down major sections of it and just kind of leave them in a dormant kind of state. And you guys are going to go to one of these dormant sectors and re-energize it and bring it back online, and they're looking to get basically they're saying that they're bringing the sector back online as a training area for the upcoming war that is happening, basically. Well, the current war that's happening with the mages on Mars, basically. So they want to send your team in, have you guys get it all powered up, get it all set up, get the node operational, and then once you have completed fully powering up that area of the Dyson sphere, then you're free to come home.
It would be great if one time they were just like, hey, go here, just take out the old battery, put the new one in, and then head back home.
I'm just waiting for them to be like, you're going to a planet just made out of volcanoes. Just go.
Oh,
So how long has this section been dormant, and what's the risk factor?
Risk factor doesn't seem to be high at all. I mean, it's friendly territory and everything like that. There shouldn't be any monsters or anything. It's been shut down since 1975.
Why was it shut down?
It just was one of the areas that they just decided that was no longer of use. Some of it was this section is like a battlement kind of section where it's designed for training exercises and stuff like that. And after one of the big things that happened when this was created was it was attacked by Nefandi. And they had some major problems in the beginning, but there's two lasers now, or there's only two ways into the sphere now, and and it has this like crazy laser that shoots out of it. So if you're an attacking force, you basically are screwed. You have to infiltrate in.
Good thing there's no way it could mistake us, right, guys?
You guys will be taking the spaceship to. So you'll be taking a spaceship through the Technogate, and you'll be appearing outside of the Dyson sphere, and from there the ship will take you into the Dyson sphere.
Cool.
So you will be having other technocrats with you, like a fully crewed starship. So if you're worried about them using this to kill you,
Fantastic. I feel safe for that.
they gotta sacrifice a lot more people than just you.
Yeah, it's like we're probably safe because there's other people that they probably don't want to kill. All right, I want jetpacks. I want guns. I want body armor. I want
Guessing the shields.
pills, shields,
Yep, I'll get
everything.
the pills ready.
That's why we're TG-42. We're always prepared for everything. Also, I want to charge up my laser gun. And let's see.
I feel like there was some I was going to research, but I forgot what.
So yeah, we'll say that you guys are currently in Technogate, in your, personal area in Technogate, or your team area in Technogate. You guys are fine to get any of the things that you guys have kind of prerequisitioned before. I'm gonna kind of give you guys those things, especially since the risk level is low, but there's tons of possibilities that could happen here. So, and they understand that, so they'll kind of be a little bit lenient with their request forms. So.
All right, how do we get the jetpacks?
Yep, you'll just get the jetpacks. That's fine.
All right, let's see.
Do they have a fuel limitation?
They have 1
Yeah,
hour, and then you can put a quiescence into them in order to get another hour. So 1 hour per quiescence point, but they only hold 1 hour.
Okay. Shields or heavier armor? Because if I remember correctly, you can only wear basic armor with a shield.
You can wear, well, you can only use non-magical armor or non-advanced science armor with the shields, but you can conjunction the two. You'll just have +1 on all of your difficulties for any magic or any advanced science rolls that you make.
That I knew that there was a cost that made it be like, nope, not doing that. Okay.
All right. Can I find a quintessence battery that would be compatible with my ghost car?
How much quiescence are you looking for, or just the battery itself filled?
I'm hoping for a fairly sizable, like storage capacity, like 5.
So
But
5 storage
I'd be
capacity, but
satisfied.
no energy inside of it. Or
Well, I'm hoping to
have it energized.
requisition.
If you're requisitioning and you're using, you'd have to get either you guys should probably actually, have I given you guys free requisition yet? I thought I gave you guys a dot of 1 requisition point, right?
For whatever reason, I have Technogate node at 3.
Yeah, so there's a node.
Yeah, I've got Technogate node, but I don't have requisition.
I'm gonna give you guys, just because you guys have been doing a bunch of requisitions, just to kind of create some mechanics for it a little bit more. I'm gonna give you all 2 more points in requisition. So if you already have dots in requisitions, you can get 2 more points. Depending,
Right,
don't go over 5.
Too.
If you already at 5, I'm gonna cap you there.
All right, let's see. So can I roll like what?
I'll give you like a charisma or manipulation or appearance, any 3 of the charismas plus your requisition in order to see how much of a battery you can get here.
Let's see. It's like, is there a way to add backgrounds to a die pool? Doesn't look like it.
No, you just put the DP mod in.
Oh yeah, DP mod. Wait, there's no way to uncheck an ability. I'll just choose one that also has the same number of dots.
Yeah, that works too. However you want to fudge it.
Difficulty for finding a quintessence battery.
I'll put that at 6.
Alright.
You know, one thing I've been thinking about since we've gone to all these worlds and stuff, so 3 successes. Yeah, I'll get you 5 quiescence battery for that you have to return at the end of the mission.
All right.
You know, I always wonder about the whole concept of in the world of darkness and with Technogate or with technocracy, how is overpopulation a problem? Like they have so much stuff they need to man. Like this Dyson sphere itself could probably hold like trillions upon trillions of humans. So.
The sleepers aren't ready for it yet.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So you know, I guess that's the whole point of the. If we advance in technology enough, we'll keep ahead a lot of our problems that we're having.
You saw what happened when they rolled out Facebook too fast. Everybody turned into a goddamn Nazi.
I think that was not part of the timeline.
Or maybe it was supposed to happen that way. Stupid technocracy.
Stupid control. He's the asshole. Some of the technocracy people, like I've met these guys like Tycho, Phaedra, Robert, Malachi. These guys seem pretty cool. Anyway, so yeah, you got your energy battery. Anybody else want to requisition anything specifically that's outside of the items that you've normally requisitioned? They kind of have now a cart that just is labeled Technogate 42. These guys always ask for this shit.
I just want to make a bunch of armor skin pills for the guys to use.
Oh yeah, you want to try your armored skin pills again? Let's see if we can get another botch out of you. What are you at in Paradox these days?
I got 4.
Ooh, good.
Wait, 1, 2,
Oh,
4.
me too.
Yeah, sweet. That's exactly where I want you. Let's go ahead and make some magic rolls. So you want to make some armor skin pills, basically. So a self-inducing magical item. You have life of 2. Do you have life of 3?
Got life of 2.
Life of 2. Okay, yeah, I'll let you make some of this, especially since you've got the weird cyborg skin that you've been researching.
I've been so close to finishing that, but I haven't finished it completely.
All right, so let's go ahead and have you make a. So for this, we're gonna go with medicine and intelligence. I'm gonna say at this point because you're no longer kind of off the cuff. You've been playing a lot around with this and researching. So.
Hold on.
And difficulty of 6 since you've been doing a lot of research with it, so.
Jesus Christ.
Alright, well, so you're definitely going to be lowering the difficulty by 3 for a while. Wow. 1, 2, 3. So 7 successes on that roll. Solid. Alright. So at this point, the base difficulty for this is, because it's a level 2 sphere, coincidental, we'll be doing 3 plus a sphere level, so difficulty of 5, which is going to be at 3 for you for a lot of fuck ups. So unless you botch this thing, you got difficulties of 3 moving forward for quite a while, even on failed rolls.
Three
solid.
successes.
3 successes on your first roll. So first roll, you know, I would say that gives you 1 pill that gives +1 to all soak rolls, basically.
Okay.
Including aggravated. If you want to do it, it'll be 3 successes per dot, basically, and you can put it into 1 or move on to another pill.
4 successes.
Okay, so that's a pill that's worth 2 right now, with a little bit
Okay.
extra on it.
I'll move on to another pill. So that's the first pill is soaks for 2.
Yep, soaks 2 aggravated or, any other type of
I'm
damage.
gonna just hand that one off to Tycho because I want to write that down on my sheet.
Oh, you have that extra success on there. So I will say that it can last a day rather than a scene.
Okay. Sweet. Tycho gets that one.
Yep. What do I get?
You get an armor pill that soaks for 2.
Basically, you eat this pill, and it kind of, creates an outer layer of that cyber skin that you guys have been watching her mess with.
So it's like stone skin, but it's cyber skin.
Also, word of warning: there is death resonance, or not death resonance, but there is entropic resonance. Kind of, there is some corruption inside of this these pills because you're getting this all from technology and information you got from the Nefandi robots that you guys have. So it just gives you a little bit of resonance taint if you eat it. Just don't hang out with werewolves.
You shouldn't be popping the pill unless you think you're gonna die anyway. So.
I'm gonna get super cancer.
It's fine. I mean, if
Yeah,
you're
no,
really
you'll
worried about it, you could let me
just cure it.
copy your mind like Robert did.
Did he let you do that?
We talked about it.
All right.
All right,
Armor
I'm
pill.
gonna start with the next pill.
I mean, after you've already mind melded with someone, it seems a lot less invasive.
Yeah. He knows me. Kinda. All right, second pill. 2 successes on the first one.
Yeah, I'll actually let you kind of build that in the background now that you got the idea of what the rolls you need for that, and I'll just keep an eye on the rolls here for the inevitable botch, because that'd be awesome.
Okay.
Uh,
Stop jinxing me.
anybody else? Anybody else have anything else that you want to do?
Do we have body armor? Is
Not
that
magical.
a standard thing?
Not magical. You can get pretty easy access to whatever type of body armor that you want, but it would be non-magical, so you have the, minus to your dexterity based on how much armor you have.
Okay.
Well, what can we get a soak rating up to without getting a dex mod?
For non-magical armor, the only book listed one, which is what I'll kind of hold you to for the requisition here, is a leather jacket, basically. That's a +1 to your soak dice.
Wait, isn't there there's a standard technocratic thing, isn't there?
Not that I'm familiar with directly. I know we've been throwing around some armor that was that didn't have dex penalties, but those were all magic Technogate armor. So if you're looking for magic, absolutely, you can still get standard requisitions of that stuff, but you'll have to +1 on all of your magic rolls in order to have the shield if you want that. And then when you take the pill, if you have any other effects, you'll be, so on and forth. Every effect that you have, every 2 effects you have on you will +1 on your magic rolls. Or sorry, your advanced science rolls. Can't insult the technocrats.
I guess I will grab a fancy leather jacket then.
And a jetpack.
I mean, you can
And
call it.
jetpack.
Yeah, you can kind of call it whatever you want. It doesn't need to be a leather jacket, but it can be.
No, I'm stepping out. I'm putting away the blazer for a day, and I'm gonna put on a leather jacket.
You're like, I am now Neo.
It's the late 90s. I all of a sudden have a cushy job. I'm like, how cool can I be? Still got the tie, though.
Oh yeah,
And
Is that the era? Is that the era of yuppies, or am I thinking the late '80s?
That's 80s?
Yeah.
Maybe even earlier?
so I did
Stupid
the second
yuppie.
and third pill. I think they have the same buffs. Because how many successes did I need?
3 successes per point, or you can like extend the time period with it. You could do a permanent thing with it at like 6 successes for time, all 6 going into just how long it
Nope,
lasts.
I'm good. Also, did we gain back willpower? I can't remember if we talked about that.
You guys did have a week between the time that at Pangea to now, so you guys can gain back all of your willpower.
Okay. Yeah, I think the pills, Robert and Malachi got their pills and they have the same bonuses as Tycho.
Thank you.
Can I try that synthetic skin armor thing one more time?
Wait a minute, what are you trying to do again?
I was trying to make a synthetic skin armor that I got
I'm
from that
mixing up
android.
the two, aren't I? You're just doing the regular stamina enhancers.
I was doing the pills.
The pills before. Well,
Yeah.
you've enhanced your pills a little bit with now that you have the cybernetic armor that you've been working on, and that's why the pills are a little bit better now.
Sweet.
And then so I'm gonna say that that's what you've kind of been, how you've been researching it right now. But we'll at the end of the game we'll talk about some of your downtime maybe and let you maybe do a new research roll on that.
Hell. Okay.
So I did find the armor section in Mage, which I barely ever look at this thing, and I found some interesting things. So there is cybernetic armor that gives 0 dex penalty, but of course that would be enhanced. It can be 1 to 4 in rating. There is tough hide armor that they say is 1 to 3 rating with 0 dex penalty. So, and a leather duster actually gives a rating of 2 in Mage 20. I didn't know that.
Yep.
And gives a dex penalty
would-
of 2.
Oh, that would look super cool.
It gives what? A dex penalty of 2?
Dex penalty of 2, but a rating of 2.
Oh.
Wait,
enhanced
a duster gives you a penalty of 2?
Yeah.
Does it
Chainmail.
increase your charisma and appearance by 3 each?
Yeah, right.
Because you look like a badass cowboy.
I would be down for people using armor that gives dex penalties when you can totally get better armor for way cheap, like tough hide apparently that can go up to 3 with 0 dex penalty. Being like, well, I want to get some kind of other bonus from this for looking cool. Definitely when that comes into play.
So I'm looking at the Void Engineer book, and in the technological devices section, there's ionic cloth, which is it's like I think it's a background. Is it background? Or just other traits. It's like a thing you have. So ionic cloth is 1 dot, and it doesn't give any stats. It just says, just assume that garments made of ionic cloth take a lot more punishment. So I think that just means it just doesn't it doesn't rip and tear. It's like a Starfleet uniform. So yeah, no armor there. But the universal suit, which is 2 dots, it says, the first sentence, the single most common piece of equipment Void engineers possess. It's basically a spacesuit,
Yep,
but it
those
doesn't give any stats.
I would say that would be, probably somewhere around the enhanced clothing, which can be 1 to 5 in rating. And I would say it probably would be based on your background rating for that. But that would still be advanced science, which would give you minuses on your advanced sciences when you have your shields going.
Okay.
A lot of problems you're going to run into with a lot of the stuff that you want to do is that you're going to start, which is the whole point, actually, which you guys should start doing in order to make it so you can't do it on the fly magic as much because you're going to be weighing yourself down with a ton of penalties. But you'll have a bunch of cool stuff, you know. So you go from being the wizard that can come up on the fly and do something to somebody that, has to always be prepared. Or you shed all of that crap that you have on you while you fix something. Or turn
So
it
it's
off.
like MacGyver versus who's the guy with all the
Iron Man.
gadgets? I don't know. Iron Man's kind of different.
Well, yeah.
Inspector Gadget.
Inspector
Just go with
Gadget.
Inspector Gadget, yeah.
That's a good one.
What does the shield? What is that bonus that it gives?
Yeah, I was just about to ask that.
What's that? The shield, did you say?
Yeah, we're gonna pick one of those up again.
The shield is no dex penalty +3 to aggravated assault.
And that's the one that only lasts an hour when you activate it?
Yes, that one only lasts an hour when you activate it. Of course, you can turn it off, pretty much save yourself if you only turn it on during a fight. It's probably
Okay,
not
and
going to
that's
drain the
plus
battery
3
very
soak?
long.
That's
Yeah,
plus 3 to
+3
soak?
soak, yes.
Okay. Oh, damn.
All right, and that also is a +1 to difficulty for magic, correct?
Yep.
Or for
Well, it's +1 if you have another effect. If for every 2 effects you have going to advanced science effects going on you, you will have a +1 to all of your advanced science rolls.
okay, so all right. First one's free.
Yep, first one's free. Third one's free. Fifth one's free.
All right, so I'm gonna have a shield, a jetpack, and basic armor.
They
Along
also
with
give you
my-
a week to complete the mission. Once you're there, there they expect it to be done within a week, and they give you like a couple days of prep time.
Do we know how long it's going to take to get there, since we're taking a ship?
That journey will probably take like a day altogether.
Okay. So while we're preparing getting this stuff, I just want to find out a little bit about this guy that's doing this investigation. Just nothing, not push anybody. Just like, oh hey, what's that guy doing here? What's up with that?
Yeah, so you're just gonna do like a general rumor mill, go around, talk at the mess hall, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Cool. Make a charisma plus. I'm gonna say streetwise. You can argue whatever you want.
Streetwise. Let me look at my things here. Subterfuge, expression.
I figured that streetwise is where you can ask questions about somebody without people understanding that you're really asking questions about somebody. But
I'm gonna have to use subterfuge then.
actually, that's a much better one.
Oh, this is probably the one I'm gonna botch here. I'm rolling at difficulty 6. Never mind. I got 3 successes.
Got 4 successes.
Oh yeah, 4.
4 successes, yeah. So you start asking around, talking to kind of people about him. A lot of people get a cold feeling from him. He's not really talking to anybody. He's not going to the mess hall. He's eating in his, room. People are barely seeing him at all. Besides, when they get called in, to do something for him. He seems to have a very cold and calculated action about what he's doing right now. He seems very sure of himself. And currently, he seems to be focusing in on this other rival CEO, other rival company type thing, and kind of going with this belief structure that, and it actually almost falls in line because this other company is now coming in and trying to like do a hostile takeover of this company since this guy is in a coma.
Wait, his investigation is just looking into the guy's rival?
Basically.
Well, yeah, it's totally makes sense that it's probably that guy. Oil executives, right? Always trying to kill each other.
A lot
Well,
of money
one thing
involved.
about this new company is that it's a green company that's trying to buy it out in order to shut it down more than it is to buy it out too. And so they believe there's eco-terrorism that's happening here, stuff like that.
Those fucking
It really is the
environmentalists
90s, man.
with their piles of money trying to shut down the oil industry. I hate environmentalists so much. Tycho Vance. I tell people out loud.
Not me, Tycho Vance. No.
trying to stop the progress of humanity. Ugh. If only they could know. Anyway, talk to you later, everybody I talk to.
Cool.
Going off to the cop. Want me to bring you back a souvenir? No? Okay. Boop-a-doo.
Yeah, so yeah, you kind of easily get information without kind of tipping your hand at all. It doesn't seem like, people don't think you're looking into this guy at all. You're just, making small talk with them, and you've shot this stuff in the middle of all of that small talk. So you're going to go back and tell everybody what you learned?
Yes. Yeah, so apparently some environmentalist is trying to buy out that company while that guy wink is in the hospital, and the investigator is apparently just only looking at that guy.
Cool. So should we wait for him to finish the paperwork, send it out, and as he's leaving town, pop him?
I look around, really worried.
One other thing I forgot to say. He is also starting to work with different teams on the attack on Pangea. Is the only other thing that he's doing here. And he seems to actually be much more focused on that than whatever the hell is going on in the mortal world, or whatever reason why the mortal world believes that he's here.
I'm sorry, I felt like I missed what that meant.
Time frame is probably limited. Plan.
Actually, Josh, can you just repeat that last part? I think I missed it.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, he's currently most of his efforts is on recruiting and working with different Technogate teams for the invasion of Pangea. That's what his major focus is, actually. This investigation is not something that's, like, people aren't getting interrogated here. He isn't looking into the Technogate.
Crazy idea, guys. Right now, he just thinks, this murder was a run-of-the-mill thing. What if we give him reason to think it was more than that? so that he has to start investigating it closer so that we can get him away from here to get a chance at him. Just something to ponder.
I mean, we do have to plan this murder at some point.
Are we just gonna say the word now?
I'm not saying right now is the time to have this conversation, but idea popped in the head, had to be said.
Okay, we could
I mean,
have this conversation while we're doing the turn the light switch in the room thing. Maybe not here.
I mean, a dragon asked us to kill somebody and said, if you don't agree, I am going to eat you right now.
So
And
we don't
honestly-
actually have to kill him.
Well,
I
think
mean,
we
I
just
kind
have
of
to
want
discredit.
to.
yeah, I mean, I kind of wanted to.
Definitely doesn't seem like a good guy.
I mean, he's mixed up in Pentex. I mean, if you're gonna murder somebody, it helps that they're part of Pentex.
Actually, have we established that he's part of Pentex? And how did we do that?
You knew that before you knew that he was a technocrat. You knew that he was a lawyer for one of the shell corporations of Pentex, basically. They're not a lawyer, a special investigator that they hire, basically, or that they did hire for this. And that and I believe you might have dug in a little bit deeper. I'm not 100% sure, but basically you guys do have tentative, information that kind of points to him being a member of Pentex. I mean, he's definitely working very closely with one of its shell corporations at the very, very, very least. And actually, more than just the shell corporations, you guys do have some information, kind of leads back that probably make it more than it's bigger than the shell corporation that's involvement with him.
Yeah. Also, is there a cover story as to why the technocracy is concerned about this oil executive?
The reason why why he's here investigating that as well, is that they believe that there's supernatural connections here. These eco-terrorists they believe to be mages or Nefandi.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they call
that.
almost all things Nefandi at this point in my game, so take that with a grain of salt. But
I hear they're socialists.
yeah,
Or
lots to talk
communists.
about that. They don't follow.
All right, well, I think
fear
I'm good.
Control, so.
So I've got my trank guns like normal and my pistol. Gave everybody pills. Got my med kit. Do you want to use that, the willpower vials just in case with the contraption, Robert? I don't know what we're going up against.
I don't necessarily think those are going to be needed right now.
Yeah, if push comes to shove, I got my trank gun.
Maybe one of us should have
mostly-
the
mostly just
willpower thing.
Don't want to be the one team on the ship wearing retainers.
True.
Did you
Did
guys see
Event
Technogate
Horizon
42?
come out yet? I can't remember.
Wait, what?
What year did Event Horizon come out?
I'm pretty sure it was 97.
Yeah.
I was correct. Boom. That movie is terrifying.
Yes. And it was very psychological. You just don't want to get that moment where, like, we huff the wrong type of oxygen and just decide to kill each other.
Is that movie about my father? All right.
Who's your father in that movie?
Sam Neill, obviously.
Okay.
Ain't Lawrence Fishburne.
I guess
Because
I'm
he's
ready.
the reasonable one.
All right.
Anyway, yeah, I'm ready to go.
Everybody's ready? Malachi?
Yes, I am. Yep, I got my standard loadout plus all
Okay.
the stuff that we discussed. So
Ooh, how many guns did you bring?
just the two.
Oh, I should have a gun too.
Oh
Shouldn't
yeah,
I?
that's a good
Should we all have
idea.
guns?
I should get it. Oh, I got the standard issue 9mm.
Yep.
I'm just gonna put the word gun in my gear list. Gun. All right, I'm ready.
All right, so
Normal gun.
you guys take. You're not taking that big spaceship that you took before. You are taking a smaller. There's still other staff and stuff like that on the ship doing all the stuff for you, but you take a smaller ship that goes through the Technogate here, shunts you guys into the deep umbra, or deep space as you would call it, and you come to a Dyson sphere, although it is translucent actually, but it's really hard to get a picture of something that's translucent. So there are 2 points that you can enter into the Dyson sphere that it emits laser beam if you are trying to invade, but you guys are not, so you guys just kind of enter into the little hole here in the Dyson sphere, and when you make it onto the other side, you see a giant floating cities of stuff. There's the entire sphere around you is all habitable. You can see the exterior, the interior of the sphere, and there is a sun at the very center of this thing here. And the shuttlecraft takes you, and they ask you, do you want to stop at anywhere before you guys head to the abandoned sector?
Are you just dropping us off there, or is there like a place where we're going to get like a vehicle or something?
Well, you can. I mean, that's up to you. We can drop you off. We can also. Our plan is to dock at one of the stations here, and we have our own job that we're working on here as well. But we'll be docked at one of the stations, and we are commissioned to leave in a week. So plan is to take you back at that time. But you guys, if you want, we can drop you off, at one of the stations, and you can grab a shuttle from there. Transportation around the sphere is not hard.
I guess I'm fine with just getting dropped off by these guys.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, so is there anything that you guys want to do with your day trip that you had to this place? Anything specific that you're wanting to work on or do?
How big is this ship? How many people are on it?
Ship is about 5 decks. There's about 15 other people, various workers, the different shifts and stuff like that. There's only a bridge crew of like 4.
Is there a holodeck? Can this be a holodeck episode?
Is there a holodeck on the spaceship? Well, that is a good
Never mind.
question. No.
I guess I only have 2 questions for random crew members. Have you heard of Buck Samsonite? And can I sit in the captain's chair for a second?
They say no to both.
Sorry, bud.
Noted. I'll make captain one day.
I don't know if that's quite how it works, but
Sitting in the chair, does it? Okay.
keep at it.
No,
Keep
it's-
at it.
At some point,
You can
somebody
dream.
higher up thinks to themselves, you know who would make a great captain? That Tycho Vance. Then they just come to me and be like, I got a crazy idea. You want to captain a starship? And then I just do. And I'm great at it.
I just noticed you over there as I sat against the wall and saw how
Yep.
you sat so elegantly. You're captain now.
Have you ever flown anything, Tycho?
Define fly.
Have
I
you
use
ever-
jetpacks.
All right, fair. Here, let's go a little. Have you ever piloted a boat?
I have a ghost car that can float.
All right, that's pretty good. I'll give you that.
I
This
need a
gives me
team.
bad vibes, the picture in the back. Is that Alien?
So this is where you guys are going to be dropped off. There's a little hangar bay in the abandoned sector. And I have no idea where this picture is from.
It's like Aliens.
That looks like Dead Space.
Yeah.
But it's been a while since I played that.
All right, so they drop us off here. Is this like a hangar?
Yep, this is like a hangar bay.
Man,
Okay.
I hate starting in hangars. They're so wide open and vulnerable.
Yeah, I suppose the first thing is to look around. Anybody around? Other people or things watching us?
Nope.
So we've been charged with like re-energizing this sector.
Yeah, basically bringing it online. They gave you kind of schematics of different rooms that you'll have to go to that will, you just power up the, flip switches, get things back up and running. You're not the cleaning crew or anything like that. They just want this place basically back online. Any systems that are down, check the system, fix it, that kind of stuff. Basic maintenance kind of work. And just getting the place operational, as well as just make sure that there isn't anything here. Like there probably isn't, according to all of their estimates and scans and stuff like that. They believe it's safe here, but you never know. Space rodents, some crazy spirit or something like that might found its way in at some point. They don't know for sure, but they're 99% sure that you're just gonna go here and flip a bunch of switches and fix a bunch of basic maintenance stuff.
They keep telling us that.
Uh-huh.
Well, let's turn the lights on to the hangar, see if those work.
Alright, so we're gonna power up the main hangar bay. So you guys head on over to
Well, should we
one of
look
the-
around first, maybe?
yeah,
Before
let's
we
give
actually-
a perception plus alertness check here. You can also do a perception plus awareness if you want to push out with your feelings.
Where?
Alright, so you guys take a look around. Oh, Phaedra. Phaedra
That
sees
was a-
something.
That was awareness, not alertness.
Oh, it says alertness. I know.
Yeah, the first one was alertness.
Okay, so um,
I had 3 and 2.
3 and 2. Um, so I'm gonna start off with Phaedra, and then kind of go over to you guys once you've reacted to her immediate freak out, or well, not freak out. I guess she can do whatever she wants with this, but you feel an immediate presence of evil here. You believe very strongly that there is something evil and corrupt and like a powerful entity that has taken control of this area. And so before you guys can really start gathering, you're looking, or you basically the look-arounds that you guys have done so far have gave you hardly anything other than you've identified the power panel that you're going to have to go to in order to get this place back up and running. But nothing else seems dangerous or anything like that. No bad feelings per se at this point.
Okay. So I immediately whip out my 9mm.
Jesus!
And I'm gauging your reactions. But I'm feeling something's not right here. Can't tell you what it is, but I just feel something's wrong.
That puts me on edge because I trust myself the least here, so I'm looking at the other two to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, what do I get with my 1 with perception alertness and my 7 for perception awareness?
Okay, so for your perception 7 for your perception awareness, you do get a there is a death resonance that is permeating this area, but it's very low. Like you're either Phaedra is super sensitive or she's like freaking out about something else. Perception,
So
the base perception alertness roll, you're kind of just seeing the base, area here. There's nothing of threat around you. Mostly this entire area is powered down. There's some emergency lighting.
So I'm typing into my tricordery cell phony thing, and I'm like, well, according to my readings, there's definitely a minor resonance of decay and death, but that's to be expected for an abandoned station. I don't see any reason to be on edge. I mean, generally alert, of course, but maybe you can put that gun away.
No,
Also, no.
but I will
Malachi, of
act
course.
calmer with it out.
Just keep it pointed down.
Yep.
Okay. Well, as long as you can continue to do your job, let's get some scans. Maybe you can interface with the station internal sensors and see if we've got any life signs. Do I see a terminal?
Yep, you see the terminal that you can use to kind of start accessing and powering stuff up. Basically,
Okay.
It's up in this main control room area.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I proceed up there, and Phaedra, if you could come with me, I could use your help to restart the systems.
Sure, you want to trust me with computers? Like
Uh,
I'm more of like
I'm happy to help out if she's a little skittish at the moment.
Phaedra, do you have technology or hypertech?
I have the basic of basics of awareness when it comes to technology. And what's hypertech?
It's one of the ones you type in.
Yeah, no, that's about at the level of how much I have hypertech.
Yeah, you got to remember, Phaedra is not a was not originally a technocrat.
I
Oh.
deal with people.
Okay. Well, you go ahead and use your own instruments then, while Robert and I go start up the systems and use the internal sensors. Malachi, you go ahead and look around and maybe check the hallways, see if there's anything strange. Always stay in eye line. No splitting up.
Oh, okay. Sir, yes, sir.
I mean, the job will get done faster if we split up. But okay.
I look at Phaedra. I'm like, "Are you sure you want to
No.
suggest splitting up?"
No. But also, the rational part of me is like, we could probably get the job better. But then the other part of me, which is most of me, is like, hell no.
Yeah, if I believed that this was just going into a normal basement and turning on some light switches, I would just be like, yeah, let's just go hit all the switches. But I have a feeling that we should be cautious and stick together.
Okay. So then, Malachi, do you want to come with me and look at the parameter, see if we could test anything out?
Yeah, well, they hit the switches. Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. I know you didn't ask for the roll, and it's probably going to botch, but charisma leadership. Here goes. God, oh, there it is.
Oh, you did get a botch, but it didn't botch. So.
No, I got a 1, but I got 2 successes.
Yep.
Thanks.
Yeah, definitely encouraging people to kind of get things along,
Everybody's
not a problem.
super
It'd
motivated.
be really funny if you botched. I'd have to something. There are 6 different main areas that you guys are commissioned to basically get fully back up and running. There's the hangar bay that you guys are currently in. You also need to get the mess hall up and running, the command center up and running, the training area up and running, the residence area up and running, and the main lobby up and running. And all 4 of them connect in, or all 5 of the areas basically are connected to the main lobby. So from the main lobby, you can access any of the other areas. None of the other areas are connected to each other, and you guys are currently in the hangar bay. So the next only place that you can kind of go is the main lobby from here.
Can you see the entirety of the main lobby from the hangar?
No, it's basically you have a door that you need to go through. There's nothing seeing into the different sectors.
All right. We walk around the hangar, like check
I'm
behind
following
crates.
close behind. Oh, wait, no, I'm
No,
following.
you staying with
Following
Tycho.
Tycho, sorry.
No one gets left behind, buddy.
There goes Robert wandering off.
Buddy system. All right.
It's the buddy system. Yes.
Yeah. What time are we going on break?
I was thinking probably, actually, this might be a good time to start break, actually. Unless, kind of just got you guys kind of here, and we're, I think you guys are
Yeah, I'm
just
fine with that.
gonna power up this sector here. But yeah, so I think that you guys are kind of in the state of where you guys are just kind of getting yourself, set up in the main hangar bay, getting your first online going here. And we'll go to a little commercial break here. And
We don't have commercials.
I could activate a commercial if I wanted.
You can activate one?
Oh yeah, through Twitch. It wouldn't go over to anybody or YouTube or anything, but in any case, I'm not going to do that either, which is But what we'll be doing is doing a little break here, so we will be.
There's some cool graphics.
All right, we are back. Welcome back to Technogate here, where we last left our heroic adventurers. It was on the Dyson Sphere of Cop, and they are in an abandoned sector trying to re-energize the area, bringing everything back online. They are starting inside of the hangar bay, and they have a team currently in the command center area for the for this hangar bay that they're currently in, and I believe that Malachi, you are are you going into the lobby area, or are you sticking inside of the hangar bay just searching around?
Just inside the hangar bay.
Okay. And Robert, where are you with Tycho, or where are you? Or
Yep.
with,
I am partnered up with Tycho.
all right, and you two are the ones that are inside of the command center area, right?
We were trying to
Right.
power up the hangar.
Okay.
Well, you're going to check out the terminal too.
Yep.
Well, that's where the terminal is. Is that where the terminal is, or
in the command area is where the where you guys can churn everything on.
Oh, so we're going to like the main, like center area.
No, just the command area of this hangar bay.
Oh,
This little overlooking station, basically over the empty hangar that's rusted and old, but there's little emergency lights everywhere, and you guys kind of have just an open area. The ship has kind of taken off and left. There's like a little force field portal that leads out to the rest of the Dyson Sphere from this area. You guys kind of walk up. You see all these technological computers, kind of before you, panels and stuff like that. Kind of similar to what you would see from any other sci-fi's, hangar controls. So there's a bunch of crap here. Go ahead and make a technology or hyper tech. Difficulty 8 for technology, difficulty 6 for hyper tech, plus intelligence to start, figuring out these controls and stuff. What you can do from here.
Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, let me help you with that.
5. All right, so yeah, you guys have like a pretty, strong idea of, you guys have been messing around with tech for, one of you for most of your life, and another one for, and we're, who's using, Tycho, you were using hypertech, Robert, you're just using technology?
Yep.
All right, so, wow. So,
5 and 5, it looks like.
I got
but he's
the
got a 1.
-1.
Yeah, so he's got 4.
Yeah,
but so yeah, his understanding of hypertech just not quite as good as Tycho, but very very close. But you guys kind of work together really easy. So from here, you guys can get cameras operate or powering the main thing is not a problem for you. So you can power up everything, turn on all the lights, and get this area seems to have more than enough power. However, you are seeing that there is a problem. The first thing that you can kind of attach to the main database from here to kind of, get stuff, linked up and powered up and stuff. There's only enough power to power up one sector currently. There seems to be a massive power divergence that's happening in this sector, and there's a bunch of power that's being diverted to the training area currently.
Oh boy.
And just one area inside of the one sector inside of the training area.
Okay. Do we have any operational manuals that we were sent with, or otherwise can I look around for operational manuals that might be, in a standard location?
On the computer, you can kind of find operational instructions and stuff like that, which is what you've been using to kind of navigate and everything like that, learning the database through the database.
I type in MAN and I hit enter.
Man.
I want all the
Yeah, the
manuals.
All
Man
the
pages.
manuals. Yeah, so yeah, you guys can pull up all the, schematics and stuff. You have access to the main database. The main database is, the main server is basically online. It's located inside of the lobby. So that seems the lobby is not fully operational and is not drawing an insane amount of power, but the server is mainly the main thing that's operational inside of the lobby area. And then the only other sector that is currently powered is the training area, and most of the training area is also completely down to emergency power, and just one area that's using up 70% of the power that's here is going to this small little area of the training sector.
Can I tell if...
Yeah.
Wait, go ahead, Robert.
No, go ahead. Yours sounds like more of a probing than taking action, which is probably smarter.
Can I tell if this power has been going to that part of the training area for a long time, or if it just started doing that when we turned the power on?
Nope, this has been going to that this entire time. It seems to be something that is this place actually has been drawing an insane amount of power, and so you don't understand why it's abandoned. Like, what the hell is going on here? This doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever, because this place should be, and from your understanding is that you guys were powering this place back up and it was shut down, but it doesn't look like it was shut down, more that it was just all of its power was shunted to one area.
Okay, so out of game. I really want to say some stuff that references certain episodes of certain television shows, but I'm not going to do it. That's strange. This look here, Robert. That part of the training area has been using an insane amount of power for many years. That's definitely something we're going to have to look at. Can I try and shut it down?
From here, you're not going to be able to shut it down. You could possibly use some advanced science, maybe, to try and hack the main server, but you don't have access to the direct access to the main server to start doing stuff independent. And a lot of these systems are linked into the main server, but are not controlled by them. They're all independent systems. So the only way to really there might be some advanced science, you can figure out some stuff if you want, but the main way of doing this is going to have to go to the training area to mess with it.
Yeah, it looks like we're on a slave terminal here. We're going to have to go to the training area if we want to mess with the power allocations. Maybe if I reverse the polarity? No, that's stupid.
I guess
anyway,
the main server you would also be able to shunt power around from.
I don't know. Well, yeah. Okay. So, it looks like I should be able to turn it on from the main server, but we should probably investigate it before we do that. It's
Yeah, there's got to be a reason that it's like that, right?
yeah.
I mean, do we know anything about the people that were using this space before? Like, do we know much about why they when they left? I know things had kind of toned down from there, but can we think of anything that might indicate, maybe they had something there on reserve, or I don't know. Is there any kind of records we can find within the system here?
Sure, yeah. So you start digging through some of the there is because you can access a lot of the mainframe or the main server from here in order to get a lot of information. It's just you don't have write control. You only have read access basically from here. Um, and in order to power on a place, you will have to physically go there and turn on all the computers and stuff like you had to do here as well. It's just that place is already kind of that way, and you could from this main server just kind of go, okay, I'm going to shut off all the power going to that sector. But like you said, you wouldn't be investigating what you're shutting down. So what you do kind of do, or what you're kind of looking through all of these different documents and stuff like that, you get back. So this main area was dedicated to understanding and fighting the Nefandi. This whole facility was built around the concept that the Nefandi were attacking the facility, and they were using this area in order to train the Void Engineers on how to fight the Nefandi, and that's the reason why there's probably Nefandi taint. And there's the training area is designed with different kind of programs and different kind of setups and reconfigurations that room can do. It's very much like a hollow deck. Very similar to your guys' danger room that you guys have back at Technogate. And they would use that room in order to simulate a lot of different things regarding the Nefandi and how to fight them, and create simulations of the sphere being under attack and stuff like that. And then after the Nefandi, had been pretty much pushed out, and they were able to seal up this and make it so that you could only come through by getting hit by a laser. If you're an enemy, it basically quelled the direct assault, and this facility was no longer needed because it was mainly about direct assault stuff.
Can I tell, is the energy going to the danger room, or is it something else?
It seems to be something else. There is some kind of program. It seems to be a program inside of the holodeck, basically. It's not active, but it's like one of those passive processes that is running that's using up all of the RAM and CPU. But it's not actively displaying anything on the screen or doing anything. It's this background process taking up everything.
Yeah, I just say to Robert, okay, yeah, it doesn't look like the danger room is on. That would make sense, but it looks like it's just computing power. Like some program is running. Have you ever watched Star Trek: The Next Generation?
I'm not a nerd. I don't get into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't get it then. All right. Well, anyway, we've turned on the hangar bay, right? Have we turned on the hangar bay?
Yeah, you guys
have
have the ability to turn on the hangar bay fully, and I kind of went ahead and said you guys turned it all the way on. But if you don't want it on, that's fine. If you want to conserve power or whatever you want to, whatever you're thinking.
We'll just turn it on. We'll go through the standard startup procedure and activate mooring clamps. Activate
Yes.
hydraulic systems.
There is a one thing that I will say is that there is a shuttle that is been kind of crammed away, similar to the there's a show where they go to abandoned place and they find some shuttles. So, like out of the ceiling drops down like this little shuttle that can hold about 10 people.
Ooh.
Oh.
All right.
I'm like into the, I assume we have interpersonal communications devices, and I'm like, hey Malachi, while you guys are looking around, can you take a look at that shuttle that just popped up?
I immediately check this entire ceiling for more shuttles or other things that might be up there.
There are 2 other shuttles that are currently stashed up there, but there's nothing else up there. It seems to be a hangar that's supposed to hold like 20 different shuttles, but only 3 are left.
Okay. Sounds good.
And the shuttle itself, you kind of pop it, it has like a little button that you can press down, and it's older tech, but it checks out. And it's, you kind of like go in, and it's just a little, 70s shuttlecraft. So it does kind of look a little retro.
Can I drop the other 2?
Yeah, if you want to drop the other 2, you can.
Yeah, just see if they're functional.
All right, make a
Like,
perception.
hey, watch out!
Perception plus alertness check to kind of do an investigation, and actually do a perception plus investigation. Because there's nothing that's gonna. I'm not popping out anything on you, so we'll just skip that.
Wait.
But I'm guessing you were cautious.
Okay.
So.
You assume wrong. Oh my god. I am rolling too well.
All right, so Tycho, you're going down as well to investigate.
I thought the investigation was to see whether or not I should drop those shuttles.
Oh, yeah, you're fine to drop those shuttles.
Okay, so I drop the shuttles and then go investigate is the idea?
And then I was saying Malachi, if he wanted to do an investigation, and if he's gonna check into the shuttles themselves physically.
I haven't seen any movement in the whole place has been very still since we've been here.
Yep.
So
Before it
what's the plan?
Well, right now I just want to make sure that the room is safe. And investigation you were looking for.
Yeah, we're almost done with the hangar. And then we're going to head to the lobby/hub.
Yep.
Confront whatever's waiting in in this programmatic process that's been computing for who knows how long.
Anyway, I got 3 successes on perception investigation for the shuttles.
Okay.
I think
I'm just waiting for
was going to help with that.
Yep.
There it is. This is not one of the things I normally do.
Yeah, so you gotta program it.
I'm still not seeing it.
There it is. Ended up with nothing.
That's fine. But you kind of do the, poke in, check around, do it all safely and everything, all military style like you've been trained. Everything checks out, but you find nothing of interest. Tycho goes in with a little bit more of analysis and, but kind of comes back with the same thing. There's nothing of, it's cool that you guys got 3 shuttles here, but that's, you have a way out in the way of taking out 30 people. Shouldn't really matter at this point.
Okay. Well, unless Malachi and Phaedra have some stuff to do, I think we can proceed to the hub.
All right, so you guys kind of get this whole area all powered up. Everything's looking good, and you guys go out into the main lobby area. It kind of opens up into a large, it's probably about 300 feet wide, 100 feet tall lobby. Within the very center is a giant computer tower, basically, that goes up into the sky and it attaches to the ceiling all the way down to the floor. And it kind of has like little electricity kind of sparking all around it, little sectors of it lighting up at different times and different patterns. And this kind of goes down into like looks like a round lobby desk that you can that goes all the way around the computer mainframe, and you see what you would imagine would be multiple of these holograms, but at this time there's just one holographic image of a scientist female receptionist, basically. Glasses, nerdy look to her, very nondescript actually look, because it's almost like it's fading in and out. You can't really get, and it's like this weird holographic color, and it seems to be glitching in and out a little bit. But you can kind of, it says, welcome.
Hello.
How may I help you?
So when do you think this was made?
I don't know. What did they say? It was decommissioned in 1975, so probably the 60s?
That is correct. We were
old tech we're dealing with.
I was created in 1971 as the caretaker of this facility.
What are your capabilities?
At this time, I am on emergency power only and have only basic functions available.
Man, I really want to fuck with you right now. Please give me a list of your basic functionalities. I've decided to just fuck with you now.
It goes through a list of all the basic functionalities that it has. Turning on lights, it can call for repair droids. It can do minor cleaning functions at this time. It has the ability to access any fully powered area and do scans. But there isn't a whole lot to it, besides a bunch of other weird crap that it just lists off that doesn't.
Can she scan for living organisms?
Yes, she can.
Other than the four living organisms in front of you, are there any other organisms that are present?
At this time, there is currently only 4 living organisms inside of this area.
All right.
Can't feel better.
Do you have access to the entrance and exit logs of all individuals who existed on this station?
Those
historically?
logs are classified.
Okay. Can you tell us the current status of the training area?
Training area is currently operating at full capacity. However, all of the power has been directed to program 942.
What are the specifications of program 942?
Program 942 is a trap designed to capture Nefandi.
Huh.
might be holding one.
Could you?
What is the current status of Program 942?
It is currently in a dormant state, but drawing power.
Does Program 942 currently have any prisoners?
That is classified.
Did I break you? Did I break you, computer program?
That is classified.
Where's the keyboard?
Are you still there?
The request that you have is classified.
Computer, when was the last time that that program was run?
1975, April 1st.
Oh, good, an April Fool's joke from 1975.
Is it possible for Program 942 to inadvertently capture non-Nefandi individuals?
Yes, it is a holding cell designed specifically for Nefandi, but it can hold other things.
What was the date that this place was decommissioned?
March 29th, 1975.
So 2 days before the program was run? 2 or 3 days?
Correct.
Do you have surveillance records from March 29th to April 1st, 1975?
No. At that time, the facility had been shunted to emergency power only, and all active scans had been shut down.
You bitch.
Is protocol, whatever numbers they are, is it a program that runs by itself, or does it need to be manually activated?
Are you talking about the trap?
Yeah.
That needs to be activated in order to be functioning. At the time of the decommission, it was not active.
Okay, so I look at the rest of the group and I'm like, that means somebody turned it on.
Yep.
And then was likely captured by it.
Or they captured
Or somebody, yeah.
Or, yeah.
Somebody decided somebody else needed to sit here for a while. Or something.
Yeah, good guy or bad guy, though?
Computer lady, what should I call you?
Sorry, I didn't think of a name for her. I do not have a name. You can call me
All right,
Computer.
computer lady. All right, computer. Oh yeah, Star Trek. Oh shit! I had a question. Now I lost it.
Peter, what level of classification is needed for the records that we asked for previously?
You would need to have, basically, and to put this in mechanical terms, you would need to have an Arete of 5 or higher.
Ouch.
I can't remember what the specific classification that is for a Void Engineer, but basically that's what the rank that they're looking for.
Well.
Computer. Access specifications of program 942. Describe outcome of deactivation with trapped occupant.
The trapped occupant would be released.
Oh.
What is the procedure for deactivating program 942?
Procedure for deactivating 942 would require authorization from a, and it gives a, basically you need an RTA of 3 or higher, which you guys have.
Oh, well, I think.
So she told us there was only 4 living organisms on this ship. So does that
the
mean
trap could put it
whatever is in
somewhere
the trap?
The trap does take the individual and removes them from this realm.
That's what I wanted to know.
It puts them into a pocket dimension.
Oops.
What is the nature of the pocket dimension?
When she gives you the description of the pocket dimension, actually it starts ringing some bells for you. It sounds very familiar to the pocket dimension that was being created in order to trap all of the Nefandi on Earth that Technogate was designing.
Oh, and that weird prison thing that they were going to make?
Yep. Basically shunting them to the Deadlands.
Oh, is that our homeboy who's in there then? Possibly.
Oh.
What was his name? Morgan Freeman? Was that?
Some of the things, like, you start, digging around a little bit. He is the creator of that trap dimension. Like, he's inside of it. Like, once you start remembering his name and stuff like that, you're able to search for him, and he is actually one of the people was part of this whole project. You also come across, like, Wild Riders, he was here, some other people.
Who the heck would he be if we deactivated that? That wouldn't force him to come back, would it?
It sounds like it would.
No, this is different. This is more of a, think of this as, like, trials and, like, trapping one individual instead of all of, the first test of, so instead of finding a giant basically he found a far shore to throw all the Nefandi in with the Technogate one. With this one, he's just found a little pocket inside of the Tempest that he's shunting them into, and they just kind of go into stasis. They're not going to a realm.
Okay, so the computer tells us that the individual would be in stasis.
Yeah, the computer's not necessarily telling you this. Based upon your already research that you've done and all the stuff that you've had interactions with that other Wraith realm, you're coming to this conclusion. And
okay, so we
building
figure it
off
out.
Okay. You build that off of what information you've been given.
Okay, so last question. What is the capacity of Program 942 in terms of individuals?
1. In its dormant state. The program can be activated to be interacted with, so that you can interact with the individual that is imprisoned.
Oh. That was going to be my next question. Like, can we interact with them without releasing them? How do we do that?
You will need to fully activate the training area and then activate the program once the training area has all power. You will need to shut down the hangar bay in order to do that.
Okay. So, what do you guys think? We shut down the hangar bay, go to the training area, reactivate the program, talk to the person?
Full of tranks and just get a sample.
Well,
DNA
we
could
can
probably tell me a whole lot more about who he is than whatever he has to say.
Well, apparently we can interact with the person without releasing them. That's what I got, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what
I heard.
Okay, yeah. Seems like a no-lose situation there.
Okay.
All right, but let's stick together, just in case.
The computer, when you say that's a no-lose situation, the computer does say, I would like to warn you that while the individual is entrapped while being interacted with, the level of security control that we have over the individual does diminish by by bringing them out of stasis, and they are awake once the program is active.
Yeah, let's see if we can figure out who's in there. Maybe there's some notes or something.
Yeah. Have I already asked the computer if the identity of the individual? If not, I do.
The computer says it is unable, or I am sorry, I am unable to identify the individual. The time that the program was activated, our scans, or active scanners were turned off due to the
That's right.
decommission.
Yeah, it's convenient, isn't it?
All right. Well, I'm going to go with you guys to do all the stuff that we need to do and reconvene. But along the way, I'm going to go to the bathroom in also the real world.
Ah, okay. All right. So are you guys? Is that the plan? You guys just want to go and activate the program, shunt the power over?
Yeah, we gotta turn off the hangar bay first.
I'm thinking of a way to induce paralysis in the individual, basically.
The individual
trying to
will
minimize
be
our problems.
caged by a laser cage for your interaction, so they should not be able to. You don't have to physically interact with them.
True, but that's as long as the power is still good.
Yeah. Makes me nervous though.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a bit.
I'm in the team of like lowering as many risks as possible.
I like that team. I'm squarely with that team.
I want to talk to them. Can't just trank them.
Well, really powerful people talking to them is dangerous. And I'm worried about. Been here so long though, just stasis, just chilling out. Maybe it's just some scientist who wanted to jump to the future, so he put himself in stasis and is going to turn himself off in, another 2,000 years.
B.
Yeah, we can.
People always want to talk to individuals they find. Like, corpses can save a lot of things. Just got to know how to talk to them nicely.
We're going to tell him it's 1998, and he's going to be like, "Oh, God damn it!"
Also, I think that one thing I just want to bring up too is that normally it shouldn't take 70% to activate this program. If that was the case, then every time the program was activated, every single section of this place would shut down, but the training area. So, just another. There's a lot of power being used right now.
So that's another thing that we would figure out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once we get there, we can look at stuff.
Can we ask the computer about that? Like, theorize on reasons it would take that much power.
The program is designed to utilize more power based on the individual that is being locked inside and the parameters that are set up in order to cage the individual when in order to prevent them from leaving.
Terrifying.
It is as I feared.
Goddamn terrifying, and I'd rather just talk to a corpse.
Computer, speculate on power level of individual currently imprisoned based on power consumption.
What?
Individual would have the capabilities of rendering Most I would say, let's see. I can't remember how. I wouldn't say. I'm trying to think of a way of how it would say this, but basically, it's saying that it would be an Arate level of 6 that would be required um, to hold something of this level. Basically, the power
Okay.
being used would hold about a Arate 6 thing.
Computer, speculate on malevolent intent of individual currently imprisoned by Program 942.
Processing. Processing. Undetermined.
I never knew how much I wanted to talk to Star Trek computers before this moment.
I am unfortunately unable to give you an estimate regarding that. Resonance levels, without an active scan of the individual before entering the trap, they would not be, or I would not be able to give you any resonance information. And I believe that is what you would be looking for.
Yeah.
Peter, was anyone missing from the manifest that was expected to have left this area during the decommissioning?
That information is classified.
Damn it.
Yep.
That was
That's
a good
the question.
Would you like to
That's
know
the
who
question I led
classified
with.
that information?
Sorry.
Yes. Classify. What level of classification and by whom?
So she gives you the level 6 or what was it, level 5 Arate restriction, and it was restricted by I believe his name was David. Where was that information? But yes, by
Not General Bridges.
no, not by the guy that's in the Wraith realm that you guys met at the beginning of
Oh, okay.
all of this. I
Okay.
believe his name was David. I don't know why I'm not.
Didn't we get contact info? Can't we just ask him what the fuck's going on here?
You can only contact him once every week, though.
Maybe we haven't contacted him this week.
Well, there's one. What is
when-
it? Saturday or whatever that you can.
Well, what day is it?
It's Monday.
Do have a week to do this. Sit back for 5 days.
Well, we'd know if there'd be any surprises when we finally.
Can we ask?
Wait. I think I got this. Computer.
Yes.
The shuttles in the hangar bay. Do they contain any energy weapons mounted?
No. No, they do not. They're basic transportation.
Are there any big guns in the facility?
The only way that you'd be able to create a big gun would be using the training simulator. I could replicate you one at once it's fully operational.
Okay. In case anyone was wondering, I was gonna. The idea is set up a bunch of tripod guns pointed at wherever this person was going to pop out.
How does everybody feel about going to the command center first and seeing if there's any information on what they were? Because that should be like where the higher ups were. Any information on, or to see what that command center can command?
Oh yeah, just investigate the rest of it before we pop this dude out.
Yeah, well, there's
person.
a bunch of, I don't know, people in here or something.
I like it.
We could just go around and turn on each station full power once, and then just like check everything out, and then decide to release the super powerful, possibly Nefandi.
Yeah, I mean there might be like there might be a recording or something.
Kind of, worth checking out. And we're not in a rush, especially if we do want to try to ask the guy who may have been involved with setting this up.
Yep, and his name was David.
Yeah, so if we have to wait a couple of days, it'd be good to pass the time, check everything out. It won't take that long, probably.
So wait, we can only contact him on Saturdays?
Yep.
What was that?
I do remember that.
Oh yeah, because there was like a weekly portal that opened up.
Yeah, once. Let's see here. Yeah, Sunday. It's every Sunday that you can meet or that you can contact him. There's a portal that opens up between the realms.
Okay.
Because the problem is we have to deactivate the trap in order to turn on all the shit that we're supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To
But
finish
we
our
also
mission. So that thing or person or entity will be let loose unless we kill it.
Well, I feel like if we go through all the whole building, so we clear all the rooms besides just that one thing, we can go back and tell Technogate, hey, you got a problem there. You guys deal with it.
True.
Yeah.
Above our
Because they
pay
might,
grade.
they might know maybe some of this uppity, the senior staff know about. Well, if they knew about it, they wouldn't send us to try to, figure it out. So, never mind.
Yeah, we were partly guinea pigs of is anything weird there.
Mm-hmm. And so, if we can find out more information about them, I'm completely fine with making the decision to complete the mission by letting them out and turning everything on. But if it seems like it's something that we don't really want to do,
Plan is
then
just
we can just
go in, trank him, get a blood sample, get a picture of his face, run him through some data, and see if maybe we could find an ID. The lowest risk possible.
Yeah.
I think the first step is going to be the hardest one.
What, the trank them? He's in stasis. I just want to make sure he stays in stasis.
No, because it's when we activate the program in order to bring him to a spot where we can talk to him, he's in a laser cage of some sort.
Stasis is him existing in like a pocket dimension.
Yeah.
We can't get to him there.
Yeah.
See, I wasn't getting that.
Okay. So suggested course of action is we spend a day or two like combing over the other sections. So we turn off the hangar, turn on the other sections one at a time, and just go through, see if we can find any information whatsoever to like figure out anything more about this guy. Like he had to be in the station. Maybe he left a message.
He might have been an employee here, maybe, or he was the person that it was built to target. In any case, there might be information on who they were focusing on building it.
True. Or worst case scenario, he is a Nefandi who's here to steal stuff. There'd be traces of that too.
Yeah. So that sounds like a good plan.
All right. So let's we go investigate the other sections.
I think we should start with the command center just because I feel like we should go top down.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys head into the command center. Command center is pretty much just almost like the bridge of a ship. You kind of have the main view screen and a bunch of terminals and stuff like that all around. There seems to be, instead of like a captain's chair, there seems to be like a main terminal that standing desk kind of round terminal that you can kind of go up to, or round desk, or not round, but half round. You guys kind of go up to it, and you've got all the different panels and stuff like that, go ahead and do a technology plus intelligence. Or hypertech. Difficulty 8 for technology, difficulty 6 for hypertech.
2, 3, 4.
Ooh. Robert with the 10s today.
Yeah.
I haven't been rolling much, and it makes me really scared too.
Oh, there it is.
Yep, that's why I didn't roll.
Yeah.
Malachi, you don't shoot panels to activate them.
Yeah, Malachi goes up to one panel and he's like tapping away at it, and you know, some things kind of come up, and it just starts like kind of freaking out and just like buzzing, and like he's just like, God damn it, and just tries using some hammer modulation on it, and it just, you know, the cybernetics of this is just not set up to be punched, so it just kind of like short circuits, and the lights won't work in this area.
Somebody may want to take a look at that. How did you guys do? Is I just like walk away from it and go to like to where someone else is?
Oh, man.
So, but the rest of the command center kind of fully powers up. You guys are just on emergency lighting at this point, and so you guys have shut down the hangar bay at this point. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you've got the rest of the power going into this. Everything else seems to come up operational, and you know, the camera feeds start coming through. Active sensors start working, and you can kind of get a, you know, schematic of everything that's kind of going on and where life signs are where you are. Status of the shuttle bay. One thing I'm guessing that you would be pulling up right away would be, or that once you kind of see it, is the logs for the shuttle bay, and it does have those 3 shuttles arrived on April 1st, and they did not leave.
All 3 of them. Ooh.
Does it say where they came from?
They're registered to the Dyson Sphere. They were used during the evacuation. These are shuttles that should, you know, are designed to be and were built for here. And it looks like they returned.
Can we remotely access the shuttle logs? They have internal power, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Not fuel consumption. Sensor logs. Occupancy.
So
like how many people were on the shuttles when they got here?
So it gives you a bunch of data and information on before the trip back to here, but apparently all sensor data has been purged from the system for the trip back. So you can get all the information about the evacuation, everything that it was doing, you know, prior to its return. And as soon as it left, it went to one of the stations, you know, nearby, dropped off its occupants, and was scheduled for decommission, and was never decommissioned and returned here.
Is that for all 3 ships?
Yes.
GM?
Yes.
Was that for all 3 ships?
I'm sorry, I thought I did say, but I guess it didn't go through. But yes, it did. All 3 of them.
Okay. Okay. I mean, it's possible they were autopiloted, but it's also sounding possible that there are dead bodies here. So let's continue on to the other sections, unless anybody has any other questions for the command center.
Yeah, I would like to look at the residential section from here, if they have information on it.
Yeah, it's got scans and, you know, logs of what was going on.
How many people, and what was their living arrangement? Did they have like individual rooms or?
There's about 100 individual rooms here for occupancy of up to 2 per room, but most rooms were only occupied by 1 person. And the all personnel were evacuated, in March.
Okay.
There's no active use of the living quarters after March.
Yeah. Is it? Are there some rooms that are like bigger or nicer?
Yes, there are a couple command staff rooms that are a little bit larger. Not much.
All right. Can I copy that? Just so I know which room is which when we get there?
Yep. Yeah, that's fine. Not a problem.
All right. That's me.
Are we able to get some of the names of the people that were here, or is that still classified?
That's basically, you got that from the before. That's how you kind of got David's name. David was here. William was here. Wild Rider William was here, and that this was they were working with these people in order to find out how to trap Nefandi, and they built the first test.
Were Buck Samsonite and Mrs. Vance here?
No.
Okay.
Was Wild Rider one of the people who was evacuated back in March?
Yes.
Can't we just call him?
Technically, yes.
Well, we're going to be here for a couple of days. That'll be a nice as we're getting ready to wherever we're going to sleep. Probably in residential because they'll have beds there. Hopefully.
Yeah. I might have missed it. Was Moxie here? Maxie?
Maxie was not here.
Okay, so we did the hangar, the main lobby, command center, residential or mess hall.
So we can end up in residential and just crash.
We
let's do mess hall.
Well, it depends on how late in the day it is, but we may want to just poke into the training area and just kind of take a look around. Not really touch anything, but
we'll say it's
let's go to mess hall.
Probably like 3 o'clock right now, p.m.
Okay.
Right. From the command center, can we remotely activate enough power to get surveillance from the training area?
Yes. Yep. You can activate surveillance of the training area at this time. You have access to all surveillance once the command center went up. All sections are able to be seen from the command center.
Okay.
Okay. Let's take a look around.
Yeah. So cameras activated. I assume they all have pin, tilt, and zoom.
Yep. So give me a technology plus perception.
Hypertech.
Or hypertech. Hypertech difficulty 6, difficulty 8 for just technology.
Is there more than one station, or is there just the one station?
There's more than one station.
All right, I'll hop on a different station.
He pulls out his gun, shoots the station. All right, I found him. Killed him.
Got that hypertech. 2 successes.
All right, with 2 successes, you're kind of checking out. So I believe you were talking about the mess hall before. So you kind of check out the mess hall. Nothing inside of the mess hall. Looks to be completely evacuated. There's some leftover meals that people decided not to throw away because they were leaving anyways. So not like people left in a rush. Just a couple people are being lazy and messy. No need to clean it up and nobody left to clean it up anyways. So.
I'm looking for the training area.
Oh yes. The training area. Training area is currently just a deactivated black void base, or not void, but black. There
It's
is
dark.
like a command room that is activated. That is not part of the hollow matrix. That kind of controls everything. Nobody is inside of there. No dead bodies. And the hollow matrix looks to be currently deactivated. Kind of like Star Trek's like black with lines.
The lines of LaForge. Residential.
Yep, and Malachi, were you going to make a roll too?
Yeah, I was hoping it was going to pop up because I did roll it and complete it.
Oh,
Um,
it's still processing. Okay.
well, that was a while ago. I'll do it again.
So the next one you said, oh, Malachi got his now. So that's 3
That's better.
successes. Yep.
That was at difficulty 8 because I was using technology.
Yep. So yeah, 3 successes is a little bit better too. So you get some, you're able to link up with this. So I'm going to say you're able to check out all the different rooms at this point. Everything doesn't seem to be out of order at all. Besides this whole power shunting to the training area, everything else seems to be in order. No traces, nothing that spooks you or sets you off in any way, shape, or form. All the other areas are just powered down, abandoned.
All right, looks that's it. That feels good. Looks good.
Sign of all our missing people from our shuttles.
No, maybe actually that's a little bit weird that everything seemed, well, from the camera's perspective, normal. Who knows? We might open one of the doors and then smell it. So
Yeah, and scans and stuff, and you're kind of getting data readings and a bunch of stuff kind of back, and there's a lot of easy access to camera work inside of this. They're Technomage cameras are you can kind of move around and more 3D.
Yeah, okay, I got you. There's way more. It's not just a single camera. There's a lot of stuff there. So
yeah, you guys are able to because this is also prepped and ready to be attacked, because this is when there was actual physical attacks happening on the sphere itself. So they were prepared for assaults into this hangar.
Okay. Well, we should just at least poke in at each of the rooms or each of the other sections. Residential B, I think we just hit a couple of the major players where they were sleeping just to see if there's anything left behind, or were used last.
Yep, so you guys kind of go through the different areas, shutting off one, turning on another, going through it. And, I mean, this place is pretty well cleaned out. Besides trash, there doesn't seem to be anything here that's, because of the, evacuation really was pretty efficiently done.
No desiccated corpses anywhere?
No desiccated corpses, no weird smells, just stale, everything you would kind of expect. And everything kind of churns on without a problem at this point. You're able to test out stuff, and every area seems to turn on. Even the training room doesn't seem to have any problems or anything weird about it.
Are there mattresses in the rooms?
Yeah, there's mattresses in the rooms.
All right, I claim a room.
Nice. I thought you were gonna rip it open. I want to see what's inside.
I claim the biggest room.
So yeah, that takes you guys probably the rest of the night, to kind of go around and kind of check out a few things and get everything kind of situated. So you guys are running up to about 10 o'clock midnight right now.
Yeah. So we'll get a good night's sleep, and then tomorrow we'll convene in the training room and point a bunch of guns at a thing, and then do the thing.
You want to fall asleep in this creepy ass fucking place?
Well, we're here for a week.
Yeah, we're here for a whole week. You can go sleep in one of the shuttles just in case, because those are probably lockable. Anyway, yeah.
Oh, and just to let you know, there is food in the mess hall. It is basically just organic paste that you're eating.
What do you live in Rome?
But
I
if you
haven't
do
had
fully
this since the
operate it,
90s.
actually, if you fully operate it, you might be and have to get a cook over there. There's no holographic cook or anything like that. You have to man the station and stuff. But I guess you could make real things if any of you want to try cooking.
What skill is that? Is that technology?
I would say that
Hypertech?
that would be, intelligence plus craft or.
I'm definitely not up for cooking. I'll watch though and give moral support.
I mean, intelligence. As long as you get one success, you're fine. And difficulties will be like 4. So.
I mean, I technically
I'll cook for everybody.
I could fudge it and just use an intelligence roll.
Right.
I'll cook for everybody.
I just grab one of the tubes and then go to one of the cabinets and flick through, and I'm like, yes, here it is. Flavorant packet number 17. This is my favorite from when I was a kid.
You're missing out. See, if you take half of a 24 and a full 9 and you put it in with one of their dried desiccated potato powders, it's delicious.
So
That
anybody
sounds
upset
good.
we didn't find any like skeletons? Because I'm kind of sad.
I'm a little nervous because they were here, unless if they figured out some other way to leave. Did we want to call a dude before we?
Did we find no signs of like breaking ins or hacked servers?
No, the only thing you can find is that everything was anything that was interacted with the computer was classified by David on April 1st.
Wait,
Sounds
I
like
thought David left on the 29th.
Correct.
And he classified things on the 1st.
Correct.
Well, yeah, we don't know who came back in those shuttles because it's been classified. So he very well might have come back on the shuttle.
The GM just said David classified it on the 1st. Is that not right?
That is correct.
But there are records saying he left?
That is correct.
Wow.
I mean,
one could
is it
come
possible
to
to
the conclusion
classify
that he
these
came
remotely?
back, or that somebody's using his classification codes. There's really 2 main possibilities.
I didn't think about that one. I just assumed that he came back, or
back
he did it
in time,
or he did it remotely because he knew what was going on, and so he was the one who had the clearance to.
Yeah, can we tell if he did it remotely, or if he had to be on site?
That information is classified.
All right, do we want to try to hack it, or assume that this encryption is going to be outside of our?
If we talk to computer, does that need hyperscience or technology? Or
No, if you use the main
go with-
lobby's computer, you can just interact with the computer and tell it to do shit for you, like Star Trek. A little bit better, it's kind of an interactive holo program.
Yeah. But I'm saying, can we bypass the classified stuff with a charisma roll? Since we're talking to something?
Unfortunately, no. I'm sorry. It would have to. Because you're still dealing with a program, it still falls within its parameters. Now, you might be able to figure out a biological way. I don't know if any of you guys have seen Star Trek Discovery, but there is a scene in there where one of the characters blinks a whole bunch because she notices that if she blinks a whole bunch, it starts wigging out the computer or the holograms that she's interacting with, and they start glitching. If you want to try doing some kind of manipulation, of the hologram using subterfuge and or other technology, hyperscience plus charisma or manipulation, stuff like that. You can try doing stuff like that.
Or like how Data takes over the ship by imitating Captain Picard's voice, despite the fact that they would have like 20 different biometric data inputs for what he was trying to do.
Apparently they don't.
Apparently they don't.
Also, things can be overlooked. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would be willing for some kind of social engineering, weird kind of biological way of hacking this computer. I'm not against that because it is a hologram. It does have visual sensors and stuff, and you might be able to do weird shit to it that makes it go, what the fuck? Or give it an equation that it can't solve, so it like breaks down, shit like that.
Oh, you think you might try your hypnotic pattern on it? Can you hypnotize the hologram?
I've never tried to hypnotize the hologram, but you can try.
I mean, if anybody's going to do it, it's probably going to be me. I've got Wits 4 and Hypertech 3.
I mean, I've got manipulation and subterfuge. I can blink like the best of them.
Yeah, well, I don't want to do it, so you go ahead and try.
Okay.
All right, give me difficulty of 8, manipulation plus subterfuge.
Okay.
I just feel like Phaedra is just like yelling at a hologram for hours.
I've got nothing else to do.
I think of it more of her not yelling. It's more of her just like calmly questioning it every she comes up with a different question every 15 minutes or so. Takes like an hour break, comes back with like 3 different other questions for it that are just random off the wall things that trying to like freak it out.
Yeah.
Or just, monitoring it, looking at it, watching it, like
How many standard sized jelly beans can fit in this facility?
So high.
It cannot compute.
While blinking.
Security deactivated.
Alright, and I spend a willpower as well. Oh.
Well, you did not botch and make it turn into a hostile monstrous creature that would just shoot you all in the face and you all die. So you guys just evaded death. Congratulations. Phaedra, you fail. Difficulty is now 9 for you.
I've done this before, and I'll do it again.
Tranker.
Gonna spend a willpower again. Please. I got 1.
1 from your willpower. All right. So, you do get an idea that you could probably shut down the main computer and cause it to do a massive reboot that would allow you to possibly access the files after that when it's put back down to defaults and wiped all the command codes but keeping all of the information.
Okay. I tell that to Tycho. Just would that affect any of the other programs that affect program 942?
It would cause the
would
main
I know
server to shut down.
Okay, it would make the server shut down. Would it endanger program 942?
It would shut it down.
Oh. Yeah, if you did that, it would shut down that program and whatever comes out probably would just be able to get out of the cage.
So it defeats the whole fucking purpose.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good thing for after we've dealt with 942. That we could come back and get more data from here.
Yeah. I'm not sure if we covered it before, but like if we activate 942 in order to put the individual into the space, how easy is it to reactivate the shunting? Like, is it just a big red button that we can hit?
Yes,
So
as
that
long
it
as
just
you
gets...
are. The problem that you'll have is anything inside of the room that is anything inside of the training room at the time that the program is put into stasis or hibernation mode. Everything is shunted. To interact with the thing, you can interact probably through speakers and stuff, but you won't have full access if you're just sitting in the command center area and interacting with it. But that's another level of protection that you'll have as well. But if
Okay.
you are physically
So-
in that room, anything with that creature will go.
Okay. And when you say that room, is that the training room, the holodeck?
Yep. And there's a problem with that. If there's more than one individual, there's possibilities that it'll just all not work and completely shut down.
Yeah, because it only can shunt one person. Okay, so when we bring the person back, we can't be in that room.
Not if you
Right.
want to immediately shunt them back, or have the ability to shunt them back with the press of a button.
But we can communicate with the individual using speakers and microphones.
Yep, and you could conceal your identity from them as well.
Well, I don't care about that. I want to be able to talk to them. That's possible, correct? From a different
Yes.
location. Okay. Yeah. So I'll just, this is the conversation I had with Phaedra. It's like, well, that's the plan. We got a big red button and we can talk to them over speakerphone. And they're in a cage. I think it's pretty safe. Aren't you just super curious? Come on.
Mostly
Do it.
terrified.
If you had a T-Rex in a flimsy metal cage, and you're like, wake it up, I want to see it.
Just poke it. Yeah.
We've
it's
all-
Fine as long as it's in the cage. But then
We've
when
all
it comes out of the cage, Tycho, what
We've all
happens?
seen Jurassic Park. It came out in the 90s, the current decade in which we are talking.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should, Tycho.
Oh, shit. You used the basic argument of the movie against me.
And I'm a scientist.
Okay, look. My idea is we get to the control room of the danger room. We let the person out into the laser cage. We talk to them over speakerphone with a big red button that puts them back in the cage, into the thing. That's my plan currently. When you guys have exhausted all of your other things, that's what we're going to do. But you have to come up with those other things. I'm not going to help you right now. I'm done.
I think
That's my
I think the only real big one would have been to call someone who might just know.
Yeah.
I believe there was 2 names that were thrown out there. David, but we have limited access to him.
And Glass Rider, who we could talk to whenever.
Yeah, so maybe we call him or her, and then sleep, and then in the morning we do a thorough investigation of the training room, and then if we don't have anything else, or we know it's a good idea, not a bad idea, we go with Tycho's plan.
Okay, so there's so many variables to Tycho's plan that I still haven't had a chance to ask about. How much power do we have left? When we decide to wake him up out of stasis, do we have enough power to put him back? Like, there's just so much stuff up in the air that I just don't want to fuck with.
No, you're right. Those are all good points. And we have time. We should spend some time to figure out and answer those questions. And if it seems like it's getting shadier and shadier, then we just don't, and we make the Technogate deal with it.
Okay, let's just wait until the morning and then we'll call Glass Rider at our appropriate time because it's like midnight. And I don't want to be
Wild
that
Rider?
type of an asshole. Yeah. What did I say?
Glass Rider. Oh, that's a cool name now too. I like that.
I didn't even bat an eye at it. I thought it was a completely normal name.
All right, so yeah, you guys sleep. You guys can get back a willpower point. You wake up the next day refreshed. You're able to eat, shit, and shower, shave. I'm guessing you have the power going to the residential area.
Till we all go to lunch or breakfast. Yep.
Yep. Yeah. Each sector takes up about because there's 6 different sectors. Each one can, it takes up about 15% power, give or take, normally. But currently, 70% of the power is being drained by that one program.
Mm-hmm. So, phone call?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Actually, do you know what time it is in real life?
Breakfast?
9:56.
Yep, it is.
I gotta take my ass to work.
Oh, it's real life.
Yes.
So yeah, we're getting to the point where we're probably gonna wrap it up here real quick. The one thing that I think we'll probably start then the next game with the call, but my question is, how are you gonna do this without being detected? You have to call outside of a Dyson sphere in the middle of the dark or deep umbra in order to reach back to Earth.
Okay, maybe the call's not such a great idea. Oh, it's good.
No. We are currently in shit. How do technocrats think about it? We're currently in the middle umbra.
No,
Or
this
high
is deep
umbra.
umbra.
Well, which level is it?
The deep umbra, the dark,
Okay.
the all the way away in a whole other solar system is where you are, according to.
So we're in the deep umbra. Yeah, that's where all the umbral realms exist, and that's where Wild Rider usually is. Does it route through
No,
an Earth
he
system?
hangs out usually in the middle umbra or high umbra or the horizon realm. You guys are way beyond that.
Oh, we're past horizon. Okay.
I mean,
we might be able to figure something out.
Schematics from my jerry rigging of my apartment from the Denny's situation. Can I just finagle one here, like a temporary one?
Well, you could get something to like hide you guys here, but it wouldn't do. You'd have to. You'd have definitely. You guys are gonna need to use hyper or what is it? The spirit for dimensional science for the communication. You're also gonna definitely need correspondence. Does anybody have dimensional science 3? Probably is what you're gonna need for a message, and correspondence of at least, I'd say 2.
I have correspondence 2. Does anybody have dimensional science 3?
I've only got 2. I'm nowhere near buying 3.
I might, with just a message and maybe just a one-way, like non-continual.
Yeah, we send it out as like a single outbound,
like a pigeon. Yeah.
Basically saying like, this is where we are. We need to talk.
And then have him contact.
And rely on him to find the way. Yeah.
That you can do with 2. I'll allow that.
Yeah, we could encapsulate the message inside an email, inside another email. And so it goes, right, it goes from Dyson Sphere back to Technogate. One of our computers at Technogate sends an encrypted message to Phaedra's, and then at Phaedra's, it sends an encrypted message to Wild Rider.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's actually pretty interesting, because then you're able to
very smart.
Maybe get away with the technocracy knowing. They'll know you sent a message, but not and what the message was, possibly, but not.
Well, no, but then in that level of encryption, we make it so there's one level that's like really easy to break, and that the message in there is like, "Hey, this
he was
new
sneaking
leadership."
through a secret message.
No, the one that's easy to break is like, "Hey, this new leadership at Technogate is super great, right? They're like so fiscally conservative. I love them."
You have to click on one of the letters in the word "the" to get into the second letter or email. All right, I gotta go.
Awesome. Yep, I think we'll go ahead and wrap that up here then, and we'll start off next game with you guys getting a message out to Wild Rider.
Awesome. That was fun.
Yeah, sounds great.
All right, well, this is Frozen Fallout signing off.
This is Motorori saying good night. It's my new one.
Good night and good luck.
Bye, peeps, peepettes.
Yeah, good night and good luck. Oh, yeah, that was already used. Damn it.
Ha!
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
There you go.
All right, awesome. Thanks, guys.